Hello from Seattle Pacific University's nursing class of 2020. In today's video, How Much is Too Much?, we will be talking about serving sizes, healthy portions, and how to minimize food waste. When serving populations who rely on a shelter for food and do not know when their next meal may be, portions served are often too large. This is due to a number of factors, including not wanting food to go to waste and simply a lack of understanding about appropriate serving sizes. Individuals serving these portions almost always have good intentions. However, healthy portion sizes are vital to maintaining a healthy diet, which is why we hope that this video can shed some light on what this looks like.
We want to start this presentation by giving a shout out to Jason Hester, the kitchen manager at Angeline's, who was so helpful both last quarter and this quarter as we completed this project. His heart for the women at Angeline's, the relationships he has with them, the time he spends serving them by not only preparing them delicious meals, but also by showing them compassion and kindness makes him an amazing leader at the organization. His willingness and desire to learn more and reiterate to fellow kitchen staff members and volunteers what healthy portions are and what is included in a healthy, balanced diet help us to create this video in an effort to not only educate the kitchen staff at Angeline's, but also the staff at other organizations. It has been an honor getting to work with Jason since January and see how much he loves his job and strives to serve this population however he can. We would also like to give a huge thank you to Miss Lillian Hansel, who was instrumental during our time at Angeline's. As the organization's program coordinator, she was always willing to provide her support and promote our projects throughout the quarter. She has gone above and beyond and constantly took time out of her schedule to meet with our group. Everyone at Angeline's has been incredibly supportive of our journey with them. They all wear their hearts on their sleeve, and you can tell they truly care for those they serve. Thank you for all of the wonderful things you do for these women in Seattle. All right, let's start by understanding why portion and serving sizes are so important. Portion sizes help us with moderation, and when we reduce those portion sizes, we are able to recalibrate what we perceive as a normal amount of food to eat. A study conducted by McDiarmid, Leo, Kyle, and McNeil in 2013 showed that despite people being served much smaller portions than they were used to, those people were still satisfied with their meals and did not complain of being hungry. Human eating behavior and appetite control is incredibly flexible. By providing education, taking action, and increasing awareness, we have the ability to change habits. Some of those change habits include choosing smaller portion sizes. While habits will not be changed overnight, we can expect that if smaller portions are served over a long period of time, and if education is provided, consumers will choose smaller portions. Over time, shelters may even be able to prepare less food and therefore allow their tight budgets to go even further.
So, as a short recap, serving smaller portions will lead to and assist consumers in redefining what they believe a normal amount of food to eat is. This empowers consumers in choosing smaller portions, which in turn leads to a reduced risk for health complications like obesity and diabetes. Overall, greater health outcomes can be achieved.
So, what is the difference between a portion size and a serving size? A serving size is a standardized amount of food. This might be used to quantify the recommended amounts, like in the MyPlate tool, which we will talk about in just a second. You can also find serving sizes listed on nutrition facts labels. A portion size, on the other hand, is the amount of food actually eaten. This can be more or less than a serving size. In America, we often find ourselves eating portions that are well over the recommended serving size.
MyPlate was designed by the U.S. Department of Agriculture to assist individuals in making healthy decisions. The tool focuses on both variety and amount of food. The plate is shown here, and as you can see, it is divided between fruits, vegetables, grains, and proteins. Variety is important, and it is recommended that that half of one's plate is filled with both fruits and vegetables every meal. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has a wonderful website that lays out a variety of resources, goes into depth about each food group, and provides a variety of recommendations for how people can achieve optimal wellness. If you ever have a chance, I would highly recommend checking it out. One of the resources this website includes is the recommended amount of each food group you should eat per day based on calories per day. The visual shown here lays out the serving recommendations for each food group for a 2,000 calorie diet. It also expands upon what a cup or an ounce of each food group is equivalent to. So, if you were wanting to make sure you got 2 cups of fruit per day, you could drink 2 cups of 100% fruit juice. Or you could have a combination of 1 cup of 100% fruit juice and a half cup of dried fruit.
This is an actual model of the MyPlate tool. This tool really emphasizes the importance of both variety and serving size. You can see here that half of one's plate should be filled with protein and grains, while the other half should be reserved solely for fruits and vegetables. Protein and fruit serving sizes are about the size of a palm, while grain and vegetable serving sizes are about the size of a clenched fist. When serving someone, try to focus on filling their plate with a variety of food groups. As an example, there might be a day where you're serving spaghetti and everyone likes spaghetti. I know I do. The temptation may be to fill the entire plate with spaghetti. But remember, we want variety. This is why the MyPlate tool comes in handy. It serves as a gentle reminder to select fruits and vegetables as well, something that may be forgotten when something as delicious as spaghetti is being served. Instead of filling the entire plate with spaghetti, offer a salad on the side. This encourages healthy eating, better proportion control, and allows for spaghetti to be served for more people. Additionally, the plate can serve as a reminder that you don't always have to fill the plate completely. If someone picks up an apple for their side, you do not need to fill the entire plate. Remember, about 25% of that plate was dedicated to the fruit they now have in their hand. This MyPlate tool can be especially helpful for shelters and soup kitchens. Take 2 plates before each meal and serve a healthy serving size of the fruit option, vegetable option, protein option, and grains. If you don't have access to fruit, maybe try serving 2 portions of vegetables. Put one of these example plates behind the food counter as a serving size guide for volunteers or staff who are serving. And put a second example plate on display so that those that you are serving are encouraged and prompted to select a variety of food groups.
Being overweight comes with a load of other health conditions, which is why being mindful of how many calories you consume is important. In order to maintain weight, it's generally recommended that women consume 2,000 calories per day and men consume 2,500. For losing weight, women should consume around 1,500 calories and men 2,000 calories. It's important to note that these numbers are not hard and fast rules, but instead vary from person to person depending on things like height, muscle mass, and activity level. Individuals who are experiencing homelessness are also faced with food insecurity, so it is important to approach our education with both awareness and compassion.
Next, we are going to discuss easy ways to simply eyeball an appropriate portion size. We understand that the nature of an organization such as Angeline's Day Center does not allow time for the kitchen staff to meticulously measure out servings, weigh food, and more. The following slides provide easy ways to provide those you serve with a healthy, appropriate serving of food. Feel free to pause the video at any time if you would like to take a closer look. First, we have this image that uses your hand to estimate portions. For example, the front of your closed fist is about half a cup, and a clenched fist is about 1 cup. Open your hand and imagine your palm is equal to 1 portion of meat, fish, or poultry. Your fingertip is around 1 teaspoon, and the tip of your thumb to the base of your thumb is about 1 tablespoon, say, of peanut butter. Some handy guides to portion size. The palm of the hand is a really good way to measure a serving of poultry, meat, or fish. Your fist is great for trying to measure about 1 cup, which is appropriate when serving things like pasta, ice cream, and veggies. A cupped hand is about half a cup and can help with portions of beans or potatoes. 2 cupped hands is about 1 ounce and may be helpful when estimating servings of chips or popcorn. And like we said before, your thumb is about 1 tablespoon and helpful for cheese or peanut butter, while the tip of the thumb is about 1 teaspoon and is helpful when measuring things like oil or butter.
If hands aren't helpful for you, then this chart may be better. This helps you take common, everyday objects like a baseball or a deck of cards and compare them to appropriate serving sizes. Take a few moments, even pause this video if you'd like, and look at the chart to get a better idea of how these objects may be helpful when estimating portions.
We understand that when serving smaller portion sizes, there is going to be more food left over than if you were serving larger portions. This is a big reason why many people serving food urge others to get seconds. That being said, there are better ways to minimize food waste, which we will talk about next. A great way to minimize food waste is to freeze the leftovers. On the left, you will see a chart from the FDA outlining freezer times for specific foods. Food actually remains safe to eat indefinitely when frozen, so these storage times are based on the quality of the foods. When freezing food, the first thing to do is make sure you label all of the foods properly with what it is and the date it was frozen. The freezer should be set at 0 degrees Fahrenheit to keep food inside safe. Nutrient content is not affected by freezing and thawing food, so this does not have to be a concern. Also, even if you notice that the food has changed colors or has a bit of freezer burn, it is still completely safe to eat if it has been kept frozen. When you want to serve the food, it should be thawed in the refrigerator, not at room temperature. A safe temperature for the fridge to be set at is 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Once the food is thawed, it can be reheated if needed or served as is.
Another way to minimize food waste is to reuse the leftover foods to make a brand new dish. As long as the food has been kept at a proper temperature, it is safe to reuse in another meal. Some examples might be casseroles, mixed chopped veggie salads, fruit salads, and smoothies. A great thing about casseroles and smoothies is that even if the food isn't as pretty or appealing as it was at first, you can't tell what the ingredients look like. Additionally, you can freeze some items using the process we just talked about. You might consider freezing casseroles, stocks for soups, baked goods and breakfast items, and purees for future dishes. All of these methods are creative ways to prevent food waste so that healthier portion sizes can be served.
Now that you have all of this information, it's important to understand how you can help empower the people you serve to start or maintain a healthy lifestyle. The following slides provide simple recommendations that you may be able to implement at your organization to help encourage and support those you serve in their healthy practices.
We understand that many organizations rely solely on donations. This means that choosing what food you get to serve is often impossible. However, when it is possible, Providing fresh foods for grab-and-go options is a great way to encourage healthy eating. For example, at Angeline's Day Center, we saw that the kitchen staff often had a big bowl of bananas, apples, clementines, and other small fruits available to the women to take as they wanted. We also thought that unsweetened applesauce and even light string cheese sticks would be great options to offer as available. Having foods like these available is beneficial because not only do they last longer than, say, a bowl of pasta, but they have a high nutritional value. By offering these options, the women may ask for smaller portions during meals because they have been able to snack on their healthy grab-and-go foods and aren't as hungry. It will also help them feel supported in their endeavors to maintain a healthy diet, as the kitchen staff is directly supporting their efforts.
In addition, think of the buffet line and mealtime as an opportunity to continue educating the population you serve. The idea of repetition is critical. The human brain needs to hear things again and again, especially in new and creative ways, in order to fully understand, remember, and implement certain behaviors. However you choose to educate, whether that be through conversation, MyPlate models, posters, or pamphlets, remember to keep your teaching simple, concrete, emotional, reliable, and most importantly, repeat it. As stated before, educating those you serve is crucial to seeing change. Through education, individuals will better understand why you, the kitchen staff or organization, are making the changes you are. Besides conversation, you can educate them through posters put up near a meal line or use pamphlets or visuals. We will provide Angelines with a set of plates that have the MyPlate template on them. These plates show what recommended food groups are and help outline what an appropriate serving size is. Angelines can use these plates as a model for each meal and put one out for the women to see and one behind the counter for servers to see. This helps give staff and volunteers a guide for what a healthy portion size looks like. Additionally, this can help the individuals being served see what an expected portion looks like and encourages them to choose options from each food group. As we experienced, many nursing students and other volunteers are open to coming to organizations and helping serve. Encourage future nursing students, nutrition students, and others to come and speak to the women about topics like nutrition and portion sizes. Take every opportunity you can to empower and educate those you serve on how to make healthy lifestyle changes.
We hope this video was beneficial and helped you learn more about how you can implement change, specifically nutrition-related changes, through portion sizes and educating those you serve. We would like to thank all of you, specifically YWCA Angeline's kitchen staff and Jason Hester for serving and loving those they serve so well. We felt this quote emphasized what they and so many other organizations do so well. A person's most useful asset is not a head full of knowledge, as we may have provided you here today, but a heart full of love, an ear ready to listen, and a hand willing to help others. Thank you for doing this so well and for being so willing to help those you serve while continuing to invest in their lives. Thank you.